Oh, should I go to the Twitch thing and like mute it or something?
Um, I generally no because they're usually on a delay, like a short delay. So you should probably just like follow the games on your own because you're gonna, yeah.
No, no, no. I mean, like if I wanted it, just to like see if people are chatting and like, respond to people who are chatting.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, let me exit that. Okay.
I am utterly clueless. You know who we're playing?
The Las Vegas Desert Rats.
Oh, we're playing Malik, aren't we?
Melik and Jacek Stopa
Okay,
and
this should be a
others.
pretty easy match.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They just don't have a lot of blitz talent, which is weird because they're from Vegas. So I think they can pull together a better team than that.
What's
Like,
that?
I think they can pull together a much better team than that.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
I mean,
What is this? What?
oh yeah. They do have 3 gyms and an IM though.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, but our team just like it just seems a lot stronger than theirs, so I'm not really worried about this game because we just have 4 strong blitz players. So
We do, we do.
and that's just gonna matter a lot more than rating strength because like your rating just does not account for how strong you are in blitz. Like for example, my previous coach Mel Kachian, his his blitz rating right now is 2382, which is like around where I would be if I didn't play Hearthstone while playing chess. So, yeah.
I guess. Well,
Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think Melik is the strongest chess player, so I think we can like have an advantage in board 1. And I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying our team's just like strong all the way through. And the other 3
Take
boards.
lessons from him.
I took lessons from him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is. Some of the other guys, I mean, never heard of them, but they have a terrible record, so, you know.
I know Jacek.
Alright, so it looks like the game has started. Malik is trolling again.
Okay, so let me see this. Okay, detach, detach, detach. Right, and then I have one more to detach, I suppose. Cool. Let's resize or okay.
Alright, so, I don't know why Malik's already thinking. Seems like C5 is like
What's that?
close. No, I'm just talking about the games right now. Dre is playing against the London system. He has a good setup because Fiend Shadow is usually really strong against the London system because a lot of the strength in London system comes from the bishop on D3, which can like in H7 gets really weak. So Fiend Shadow stops all the threats of H7. Keaton's game's already kind of insane. They're still in theory clearly because they both spent very little time. So
Hang on.
you can't
What is
resize it.
this?
You can't resize a detached game. It's just detached.
Okay. No. Yeah. It won't let me. It won't let me scroll through the game either.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to be where you are.
Okay.
Like
All
where he
right.
goes.
That's fine.
Yeah. Uh,
So Keaton is up in exchange.
yeah, but his knight's on a8 and his king's a little precarious. Um, and I mean they both played like with under 20 seconds out of the opening, so I think they both understand what they're doing. Uh,
Yeah, but Keaton's white, so it's probably good for
yeah.
us.
I don't know why he spent so much time. I don't know why Black spent so
This
much time.
guy, I know this guy. However you pronounce his name, he plays some suspicious things, and if Keaton is getting him in exactly something that he prepared, then that's a good sign.
Our team has like really solid preparation out of the opening. What do you think about the end game if they just decide to trade all the pieces off?
I like Michael's opening.
Yeah, just like playing pretty standard.
Although he plays it differently for my day. He used to play Bishop C5, but then now he plays this, which I also play.
Yeah, is the knight on f6 standard, or does it usually go on e7? Because that's the way I've usually seen it.
This type of no, I mean we're starting with knight f6 on move 3, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, and we kind of use this as a response to when white plays d3 against the Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
And then the idea is we're gonna gear up for f5, so it's like a King's Indian.
Where does the knight go for you to play f5?
I usually will just play King h8, Knight g8.
I mean, Michael just played.
Other people sometimes play Knight h5. But
well, Michael just played Rook
yeah,
e8. So
I play it differently.
What do you think Michael's
For
plan is
instance,
right now?
Michael plays Rook e8, and I play Queen e8. That's like my own special move.
Oh.
And the idea of Queen e8 is so that on d4 you have Knight takes d4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a nice stat.
All right.
What do you think about just Keaton? Just do you think he can recapture the knight and then just take on a7, or do you think Rook c8 and recapture on c2 is just no bueno for white?
Which game?
Keaton's game against Pakleza.
Okay. Is a7 a free pawn? No.
Yeah, because Rook c8, I think that you just get c2 and that's just too much activity. So Keaton's probably going to try to set up on d5. Maybe some moves like c4, b3, that kind of stuff.
Okay, well, I heard a draw offer somewhere. Black offered a draw. I'm sure that's what happened.
Yeah, probably.
But white is better because we have pawns on both sides of the board, and white is going to have a bishop against a knight at least.
Yeah, so I mean, like, white should have most of the chances, but it's still blitz, so really anything can happen. You also have, like, the better bishop, and, I mean, yeah, like, draws perfectly fine.
What? He agreed to a draw? Ah.
Yeah, I guess it's, like, it's not...
Wow, that's sad.
I mean, like, Keaton, he was, like, a small... He had, like, a tiny rating disadvantage, and, I mean, draws not that...
I don't like it because, well, I just think white's better, so...
Yeah, I think he's better, too, but... Yeah, that's true.
For instance, he has much better chances. In addition to having the bishop against the knight with pawns on both sides of the board, white also has better chances of making a pass pawn, whereas it's not clear how black is going to do that on the king side.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I'd agree with you, man.
Alright, let's move on to other games.
Alright, well, Melik's playing a really, really strange King's Indian. Looks like he's behind a few tempi because he was messing. I mean, it's not really King's Indian anymore. Right now, it's more like a positional game because attack on the king side is going to be really difficult just because you're down so many tempi. So he's just trying to take the knight, play e5, and just play with the closed position, I think.
Yeah, rook... I think rook c1 is normal, or...
What do you think about like knight d2, trading off the bishop for your bishop?
Well, anyway, he played Rook C1 like I thought. That's just the standard here.
c5 is interesting.
Here, D5 is normal.
Yeah, if d5 is played, then black's plan seems to be b5 eventually, and I don't really know how he's going to get there. And white's plan is usually going to be e5, but I don't really see how white's going to get there either, so it might have an interesting game.
White has more space. B5 is a pawn sack.
Yeah.
Unless he does this first. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, this is interesting. G takes F3 is actually viable instead of bishop takes F3.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at this recently.
Do you think white can ignore the b5 move? Or do you think he has to like take it? Like play for
I think that B3 seems pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking like queen
Like-
c2.
Bishop E2?
Queen c2.
Queen C2.
Yeah. Bishop e.
Bishop E2.
Hmm.
So far, Malik has a time advantage, but White has
Yeah, I guess
better position probably.
it's only like a couple minutes though, so I don't think it's like too big of a deal yet. Craig's
Yeah.
doing fine. The knight seems like actually like pretty decently placed on a4 because black has no light squared bishop, can't get rid of it, so stops a lot of queenside play.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me get on Facebook.
Do you think? Wait, never mind. He has to defend b2 after somehow. All right, so I think we've talked a lot about Malik's game, and we haven't really touched on Drev's game out of the opening, where it looks like it's kind of. It looks like it's just like a game out of the opening, kind of a positional game, because Drev has ideas of playing b5. Ideas I'm not entirely sure are viable right now, just because takes and knight a3, which would force, or takes trade of rooks and then knight a3. Doesn't look that bad, honestly.
No, actually, that would knight a3 is losing because the bishop takes b2.
Well,
so
yeah.
actually, knight
trading
e5 is forced, I think,
What about trading
or knight
rooks?
d2.
Like trading rooks.
And knight a3 loses.
I mean, like after trading pawns, then trading rooks and then knight a3.
Okay.
Actually, that's bad because of rook a5, I think.
Yeah, rook a5, the knight's misplaced.
Yeah.
Bishop takes b2 next.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Knight e5 looks like the right idea after takes.
And fairly equal position.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say. What do you? I wonder what he should do after knight e5.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, honestly.
Oh yeah, I was. This is what I was thinking. Like he's gonna get creative. Like I was looking at like a5 here, and then knight a4, b3, knight c3.
A5, knight a4. Does he have to go b3 there? Just go like rook b1. Defend.
Well, no,
Yeah,
because
c4's
then
coming.
a5's hanging.
Oh yeah, a5 is
Yeah,
also.
knight
coming,
takes
yeah.
a5 would be hanging.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
Or he could wait. Never mind. I was about to say knight c6, but that seems a little dangerous.
I think he has to play rook d3 because otherwise rook d8. No. Oh, maybe what I'm saying is right. Yeah, I think he has to play rook d3 in that position.
So we're talking about After knight a4, then b3.
B3.
Yeah, b3.
Knight C3, and then I think Rook
B3,
D3
knight
is
C3,
like
Rook D3.
forced.
Yeah, I think it still looks fine for white though. I don't think it's too big of a deal.
Okay.
Besides the trade,
I like this
now d5 is
development
hanging, so
for
that's-
black because
yeah, me too. Because d5 is hanging now, so
yeah, and
Is it-
only the A file opening of the A file seems to only favor black.
yeah, because
Uh.
either he can't or either he doesn't trade and leaves d5 hanging, which he can respond with e4. But there's a lot of ways to attack e4, like knight d6, f5 kind of stuff.
And knight D6, knight C6 has to
knight C6.
come.
Is the trade of pawn? Who's the trade of pawns good for? I'm not 100% sure. Probably white because they have a past. Actually, I don't know, because b2 would be hanging if they went knight c6 as well. So that's just like a really complicated position. Yeah. Well, in Craig's game, Malik decided to play e5. Do you think that Craig should en passant or just leave it there?
Well, my first instinct is to en passant.
Yeah, and then attack f4 somehow.
Three, yeah. Well, let's say. Well, what if we don't en passant? Then what is going on?
Then probably white might have ideas of like h4, h5 eventually, and try to play on the king side, like king g2, rook h1, bishop h6 kind of stuff. I don't know how viable it is, but it's interesting. Because e5 kind of killed black's bishop, so although there's like positional like disadvantages, like it's not terrible.
Yeah, what Craig just did, I don't like at all.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the point of that move. I guess he wants to. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that he's trying to play bishop h3.
Yeah, which doesn't really make any sense. I don't know how the bishop would be there. It looks like they're like trying to like defend
Okay.
first before they appear.
Ooh, h5. I like this for white now.
I mean, it seems
h3 g4 kind of suggests itself.
I agree with you.
But he's not doing that. Okay.
I'm not sure what he's doing. We're gonna be honest. I don't know what his plan is.
Okay, Dreyev's game is heating up. He's up a pawn now. And he's up a ton of time, so that looks pretty good for us.
Yeah, and white has no real way of pushing his d pawn in because he can't play knight c6, and if he can't take the e7 pawn, then he can't do anything. So.
Yeah, so. Yeah, a knight d4 that looked forced.
You can even just take on e5, play knight c4, and then b2.
I like knight bc4, I think.
Knight b, yeah.
Then maybe knight f3, knight ef3.
Knight c4. They could also play knight c6 after knight c4, I think, which would be a little wonky. Like, because knight c4, I think this knight goes to c6. There's still two pawns hanging at the same time pretty constantly, so it's pretty hard for Dreyev to see to like maintain his two pawn advantage. But I think the e7 pawn is like extremely important, so I wouldn't. And I think the b5 pawn is like much less important, so I don't know. If he's gonna go pawn, it's gonna be the b5 pawn. Well, it looks like Craig is definitely playing for f4 e5. Which in this position is like really strong just because d5 is also supported. So this kind of idea is really strong. He might also want to play h3 to stop like knight g4 kind of stuff. because that's also really annoying sometimes.
Knights are bad, bishops are good.
Yeah. Especially in this position.
And I like that played king h7, so you can't play knight h7 anymore.
Yeah, black's knight just sucks. And like his queen's on d7 too, so that like takes away like probably the best square for the knight. So
we haven't given any attention to Michael's game, well, because it's kind of boring.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in the developments right now. I mean, black plays like bishop c5.
A really slight advantage, perhaps.
To white.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'd say he has a small advantage just because his bishop's better, and has more options than white's bishop. But white does have the c4 square, which is always going to be really, really powerful if he gets a knight there. And white's knights are kind of misplaced, so.
I think knight c8, knight d6, knight c4 is coming.
Knight c8, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's solid. Alright. Solid game.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not too much to look about.
Oh, at Act Chess. This is the first round of the match. Hi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like this is as we said before. This is the most unbalanced match because you 1 plays 4, that kind of stuff. Except in our specific match, all of our boards are like pretty similar strength. Because like as you can see, they have 3 GMs and an IM, and a GM is their lowest board. And on our side, we have 3 IMs and a GM. So I think all the games are gonna be really close in every single round. So none of the rounds are like especially like important in this match.
And also, this is the only round where we have a coach playing against his student. You see, Craig, he coaches Kachian, and he's giving him a lesson right now in the power of 2 bishops.
Yeah. Craig and Kachian have been teacher-student for like many, many years now. He's a good coach. I'm just hoping right now he's a pretty bad player, so. Alright, so he's threatening knight c3, clearly, in Dreyev's game. And refutation to knight b5. Clearly he's just going to go like rook b8 or something, so. That's most likely why it's not viable. But rook b8 can be met by rook a1 as well, which leads to a massive mess, which I don't know the outcome of.
What are you saying?
I'm looking at Dreyev's game. What do you think about, for example, like just knight takes b5, rook b8, and then rook a1? And on another note, it looks like Craig is disconnected, which is really unfortunate, but it's going to happen.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's happened to us before. It's happened to John, so it's just like it really sucks, but it's just something that might happen every once in a while. So Jakek decided to play knight takes b5, rook b8.
And knight c3 next. Okay, so rook a1. Yeah, rook a1 is probably bad.
Yeah, it's most likely bad, but I wouldn't be able to name you the refutation right away.
Yeah,
I don't really see
rook a1, rook takes b5, rook takes a4, b2, rook b1, rook c8, threatening rook c1.
Yeah, this is an interesting way of going about it.
Then white must play knight d3, and then black can just play knight b3 and then knight d2.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I'm just... I don't know. With that pawn on b2, it seems really good.
Yeah, but white decided to go rook d4, which is, I mean, just another way of attacking the knight. I'm not entirely sure Dreyev saw it. And it seems like a good idea just because you don't lose the tempo after b2, so. I like the idea.
Okay.
The only problem is that
that makes more sense.
puts him in a pin, which could be abused. Maybe something like knight c5, knight d7 might be a little weird. I don't know. Because like knight c5, white's move might have to be like knight c3, and that puts even more pressure on the long diagonal, which is a little dangerous for white. Yeah, but I don't exactly know what's going on in this position because there's like a lot of tactics involved, and I don't really see a clear way for Drev to push through.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Craig, after reconnecting, decided to play f4 e5. I'm guessing after takes e5, he's going to play f5 because taking back is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and
That does seem like a pretty strong attack.
yeah, you know what? There is there. Yeah, if you ever play knight f6, there's like bishop g5.
Yeah, so I really like what Craig's going at here. It's just like really unfortunate that it's pretty likely that he won't be able to complete his attack just because he's a minute 17 on his clock because he disconnected. So yeah, kind of stuff happens all the time. So Dre decided to go with your plan, just to tempo down, but I'm yet to see what White can do with that tempo. So I mean, interesting.
Yeah, as a Benoni player, like, yeah, you have to deal with this stuff all the time, and it's really scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Craig's game.
Okay, Drev, I don't know what he did exactly, but he just maintained everything good about his position while giving up little.
I just went for your plan. I really like this idea. Just, d2 rook c1, and there's just like I don't really see what I can do to stop it. Maybe playing like knight d3 to cover the square. I think he's giving his king left, probably. I think he's planning after b2, king g2, rook c1. He's planning to just take b2 and then take the knight, and then try to hold that position.
Huh. I like f5 for black.
That seems insane.
I'm just undermining the pawns. That's all I'm doing. So I noticed something after you get disconnected, you feel really aggressive, and yeah, Craig immediately sacked a pawn when he got back online.
Yeah.
I should probably I don't know. All right, so knight f6, bishop g5 happened. This is nice for white. Very nice for white.
Yeah. Oh. e4 is a very strong move if it works. But queen g3, really? I would have thought he would have played queen h3. Because what happens after takes f5? Oh, takes f5, bishop h3, probably, and then knight g4. I don't know how to evaluate that. But at the very least,
I like white.
Exchange. Yeah.
I like white a lot here. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. He has a beautiful position here. Queen h4, yeah, this is really good.
Yeah. Don't think Malik saw that move.
It's hard for me to believe that black isn't just totally lost here.
Yeah, and Craig's flying really quickly too, so I think Craig saw most of this.
He's angry.
Yeah, he's pissed. Just lost time that he shouldn't have.
Alright, well, Drev has a 2 results position. Actually, this is a 1 result position. He's just up a clear exchange. This is resignable for white.
E5.
Oh!
No.
So there's bishop b4. Okay, I didn't see that.
That's interesting, actually. You know what? I think there's a really... I think white could be getting into a mating net himself. If like bishop
I
b4.
think bishop b4, just rook c8, and just trade the rooks, and...
I was looking at rook c7. I was looking at the mating net, because if he plays like f3, which is forced, you can check, and then play g5. Or something along the lines of that. Or you can check, and then go behind the bishop and try to win it with a pin. But that's a little more questionable, because rook b7 is coming.
Yeah, I don't like that because white gets to make moves too, so I like rook c8 here.
Yeah, but I don't know how easy the resulting endgame is to win.
That one,
Yeah.
well, you can undermine his pawns with f5 at least, and then all of his pawns are weak.
Yeah, does it work in terms of tempo right now?
What's that?
Does it work like, does he have the time to do that right now?
Okay, well, first of all, rook c8, and then you're thinking he's going to take it.
Yeah, and then play f3. And then f5 takes,
Hey, by the way, white is going to be forced to trade, because if he plays
There's no
rook
options.
b7, then rook 8 c7, and then if you move the rook back to b8, say, then white has rook c1 and then rook b1.
Or he just takes on e4.
But very high probability of a win there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think Drave has it in the bag. It's like, his king is just too far away from his pawns. f5 is coming, and I don't know if Yaka can hold on to all of his pawns.
Okay, a lot of stuff has happened in Craig's game.
Yeah, you give him an
A
exchange.
lot of stuff, actually.
This looks okay for black, actually.
Yeah.
That knight is too dangerous. You have to take it off the board. Knight
How
f2
about rook f4? What's wrong with... Oh, there's knight f2.
Yeah, I think knight f2 is really scary. Like knight f2, knight d3, and knight's just going everywhere.
Yeah, and then if black manages to get his bishop on d4, then I don't like that.
Yeah. I think black has to play something like f5 here. He's got to get his pawn majority together. Otherwise, like, pawns are just going to fall if he doesn't do it right.
Craig is up material. He's up in exchange for a pawn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but in this kind of a middle game, Melik's definitely better because the rooks are not doing very much, and Melik can like drop his bishop on e5 or d4, and then get in like f5, f4 in, and then it's just gonna get really hard for him to play. For Craig to play.
F5 here?
I don't know about f5 yet, because it might just drop a pawn, and it doesn't. It doesn't
Yeah,
make sense
exactly. So it's not that easy.
Yeah.
I think anytime he plays f5, that pawn can be attacked. And
I was thinking like.
I actually think the most likely result is a draw at this point.
Really?
Because I think black has to play bishop d4, and that's going to open him up to a lot of checks. But anyway, not now, not after that move. I think queen g5 looks normal here.
Yeah, I think queen g5 looks really good here. Gotta stop the bishop from moving.
And then he has rook f4 next.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is that on rook takes f4, queen takes f4, bishop c3, queen takes g4, check, and then rook takes e2.
He also has d6.
And well,
Ooh.
whoa, that move. Okay, bishop c3, queen h6 check.
Yeah, that is desperation. Yeah, it looks like Craig is. Honestly, if I was Craig, that could be a draw actually. That's perpetual unless the bishop moves back. So
Queen.
looks like Craig sees a draw, so I'm okay with this.
If he wants to try to win.
I mean, there's no way you can try to win from this position with 9 seconds on the clock. I don't think it's like human. Well, back to Michael's board. Michael is slightly better now because just better placed pieces everywhere.
He's up a minute. His opponent's in serious time pressure.
Yeah, his opponent is 23 seconds. But Michael currently does not have too many options. I don't see why. Knight f4.
Ooh, and queen a1. Very nice. White is in big trouble. He's probably just lost here. Because knight e3, knight g4 is coming. And then queen h1. Okay, if Craig drew.
Yeah, that's really good for us because Craig salvaged a draw in a position where he just like lost 3 minutes on the clock for no reason, which is huge. So
Yeah, his student was lucky to get a draw there
yeah,
because he disconnected, so that was
yeah. I think
it made up for the difference in skill there.
Ostrovsky totally missed that. F2 and E2 are both hanging, so it's like a pretty simple overloading situation. Oh, there's got to be so many tactics here. Yeah, there's no way White's gonna get out of this alive. He's dead. Yeah.
Yep.
We have at least two.
Dran's just winning. That's just easily winning position.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, we got some people. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Please turn down your mic. I'm talking loudly, I guess.
All right. I'll turn you down a little bit.
Does it really sound loud?
I'll turn you down a little bit. All right, we should be good.
Oh, okay. It's not that the mic is loud. I just people tell me I yell when I get excited.
Yeah, and I mean it's really good first round for us. There's no way it's gonna be.
Absolutely, we're up 2-1 right now. Probably gonna be 3-1. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean it's still not the easiest in game to convert because.
King G6, H6 looks like a decent plan, and then you don't get to 2650, 2700 ratings by not winning these endings.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Doesn't seem like.
For instance, if he can just sack his rook for the bishop and the pawn, then it's a win.
Yeah, if he can get there.
But he's bringing his king around, which he can do.
Yeah, because.
And then he's just going to try and play king e2 and go after that f3 pawn.
I'm kind of curious, actually. Because, once the king gets on d3, I think it should be pretty easy to win. Because then the king can get on e2. I think, yeah, he's just solidifying a little bit. Because the king can get on d3 anytime he wants. And then he gets, king on d3.
And furthermore, yeah.
And I think, it should be pretty simple for that on. He's stopping a check. I have no idea what he's doing now. Swing the king around, yeah.
Are you using a speakerphone to speak into your mic? No, that's just my voice, naturally, yeah. But Albert turned it down. Hopefully it's not as bad now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've hosted some quiet kids before, so, you know. You gotta make sure they enunciate. What is he doing? Why can't he just play... Why can't he just drop his rook on the third rank, play king e2? I'm totally lost. Oh, because e5 is hanging. Oh my god, he just dropped a piece. Well, that's nice. That's nice for us.
3-1.
Yeah, so always, best way to win these positions, if it looks like a fortress, just screw around until you mess up, because hard to defend for 15 seconds in this kind of an endgame. So, I mean, yeah, 3-1, great start for us. Hopefully we're going to get these kinds of results all match long. I don't know about that. But, yeah, we just have, stronger players all along, so... I have no idea if anybody in the Vegas team is actually from Vegas. Living in Vegas doesn't seem like the best thing to do.
Let's see who. Yeah, I don't. That's it. That's an interesting point.
Yeah. So how did this team even come together? I'm not entirely sure.
I wanna look them up. Let's see.
Milik should be on our team. He should be based He's based in Glendale, so, it's right next to us. The other three I don't know as well, but, I mean, I think John knows that most of them don't live in Vegas. Do you know where Guerrero lives now?
He lives, to quote Bobby Fischer, he's living in hotels.
Mm-hmm. He lives where he wants.
I just saw Eric Rosen's report, and he like randomly met up with Graev in Australia, where he was doing a blindfold simul.
Really? So right now we even up.
Did you know he was on like Russia's American Got Talent?
What was he doing? Was he like memorizing?
He did a huge blindfold simul, basically.
That doesn't seem like very like interesting. You know, like how do you show off to like a large crowd of like 10,000 people with?
Oh well, they make it shorter by just
Showing the end, or
they just have him. I don't remember how it was exactly, but I think that he was just playing a few of the games to show that he knew where they were. And the idea is that if he could show these ones selected at random, then that shows that he just knew all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, statistical idea.
Yeah, I've always wondered how Graev managed to do that, because like having 50 boards in your mind is like I can't even dream of doing that. So then I like asked around somewhere, and then they told me that he like memorizes each board by like their voice. So which is really interesting, because like you always like connect memories to like specific strings, and I never would have thought about something like that. So.
Oh, you're talking about memory? Yeah, I was interested in this, so if you look up like Google Chessbase Memory Palace, there's 3 or 4 articles that detail the types of techniques that professional memory people use, that they compete in the World Memory Championship.
Mm-hmm. So
like if you use these techniques, you can like you can use it to memorize various things. Like for instance, the guy who wrote the article, he used it to memorize the periodic table.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a science guy, that would be useful. But I could probably do that without any techniques.
Even like for example, I was doing the concussion test the other day, and then like there's a book called like Moonwalking with Einstein, and it tells you like if you want to like memorize like a large group of like unorganized things, you want to like picture them in kind of a scene. So like if one of the words is like house, you picture a house, and then like another words is like maid. There's like a maid in the house. If like another word is like milk, like the maid's like I don't know, she's drinking milk or something. But you like visualize a picture with all these things involved, and you're gonna like remember the words pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
That was. I mean, I don't really have like many opportunities like organized to like memorize large unorganized lists of things, so because it's kind of useless.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I read up on all these memory techniques, but like my memory is already pretty good, so it takes a lot of time to develop these memory techniques. You have to the main thing, like one of the biggest parts of the technique is to have a letter system. So you have some kind of images that you associate with letters and numbers, so that once you're we start the next round.
Yeah, but that was kind of interesting. Keep going. What about these?
So once you want to remember like a certain sequence of like letters and numbers, you're just imagining these pictures, or usually it's like people that are acting out some kind of scene, and that scene has some kind of symbolic meaning that you can translate into like the stuff you want to remember. So like what Graev would do, for him, D4, he thinks of Princess Diana. And when they played D5, and he would want to play E4 sometimes in order to get different types of games that are not like confusable with other games. He wants to get a unique position, and he would picture with D4 D5 he pictured the Namaste pose from yoga because it's symmetrical, D4 D5. And then after E4, he imagined like Princess Diana playing the like air like an electric guitar or something, because it was like explosive. But anyway, let's get to the games.
Yeah, so one of the ideas in Michael's game is that, of course, you always want to get e5 without them getting e4. So one of the ideas is just play like knight d5, knight f3, knight d3, knight f to d5, and then f3. Looks like Yakik is just gonna just go a5, a4 just to be annoying. Do you think
It's
that
pretty
Michael should play?
standard. I think
know
black
how-
tends to be okay in these positions.
Do you think Michael should play a5 here, or just let a4 happen?
Well, I would like to play a3.
Mm-hmm.
That seems natural.
Yeah, I think a3 makes sense.
Okay. Well, so now he's planning to meet a4 with c5 and then b4,
Mhm.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Or
What else?
can he just take a4 after like c5 and then take it? I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, seems like they're just developing. I think maybe after a4, he might just ignore it. So also an idea here for black sometimes is to play like takes and then c5 for some kind of opening. Like for example, if white played knight f3 takes c5 makes sense. I don't know. But I mean, like this is not a very uncommon position. It's just like closed off. There's plays, like all plays just pawn breaks, with like a4 pawn break, c5 pawn break. e5 seems like a very unlikely pawn break, so it's not really gonna happen. And white just wants to control the center because like the center gives you avenues to like both sides of the board. So, Zverev played a very pawn heavy opening. Looks like he's getting a lot of space early.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what's
Well, I
happening.
think his opponent played something really suspicious.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
maybe like h4 even next for white. Forcing h5.
Wow, this looks so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But bishop b7, bishop e4, bishop g6, and then now he's putting his knight on a5.
Yeah, I got no clue what he's doing. Oh, I didn't even realize the bishop on g6 came from b7. Yeah, this is pretty unbelievable. I can't like. I'll never suggest you to play something like this because having like throwing your pieces around, trying to get active play, it only works when you're ahead on development, and he's just not. So, looks like he's gonna be punished for this. One way or another.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like the way stuff like this works, he's hoping for his opponent to do something where he overextends his pawns, and then that's how this works. But if you're just careful about how you're grabbing the space, then you just have a clear advantage.
Yeah, h4, h5 against h6 is just like a massive advantage for white. So, I mean that's just not like no kind of repercussion. So much space on the king side. G7 gets really weak. I mean, I don't see any benefit out of the opening for black. Looks like he just like kind of screwed around a little too much.
So there's some development in Michael's game, which I like for white.
I mean, it looks like he's
because
just gonna
black,
trade and play c5. So.
Right.
I got no idea what's happening in that position. It looks pretty.
Maybe it's okay.
Yeah.
However, yeah, I was predicting e3, and so if they traded c pawn for e pawn, that's not going to happen. But if it did, black would just have a really weak pawn on e6, and white doesn't have anything that weak in his position.
Yeah, I mean c4 is a little weak, but
Yeah, but it wouldn't be as weak as the e6 pawn.
Yeah, that's true.
Also,
Really
b6 ties the knight on d7 to its defense a bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, something pretty crazy is going on in Craig's game.
Next game.
C5
Right.
b5
Whoa.
is played. Generally, doesn't seem very great for Craig because the bishop on h2 is just absolute monster. Controls like way too many squares. You usually want to block with something like d6. Like for example, if the pawn was like on d6 and c7, it'd probably be better for black than this kind of like seemingly strong pawn structure that can like legitimately just be broken apart on the queen side. So I mean, he's gonna run into a lot of trouble on the queen side. Just see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like his position at all.
Yeah. This is making a threat on c5.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and the knight really... I mean, the knight actually can kind of move.
a6 is coming.
Yeah, bishop a6 is also interesting.
So I recommend rook f8 for Craig. Because if he played like rook e8, then knight b5 would threaten knight c7.
Yeah. What's the problem with rook d8 though?
Rook b8?
Rook d8. Just like provide some extra support to the d5 pawn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
I think they're
both not bad, I suppose. Well, if rook d8... Well, actually, in either case, white would have bishop b5, which seems really unpleasant.
Mm-hmm. I mean, bishop b5, he's probably just going to take the bishop, and then knight takes. And I think pawn takes is also perfectly fine for white, just because he has the threat of d4 in the near future, after like knight e5, d4. So it looks like he kind of has to take b5, and then take c5.
Yeah, the problem with taking c5 is white has an in-between move, knight takes d5.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, and... Well, black is totally lost.
Yeah, he just loses a pawn. Actually,
so queen e6 would seem to be forced here.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, at least we're not dead immediately. Yeah, so
I actually think it looks fine.
If c takes b6.
Bishop takes, queen takes, and then knight b5 looks pretty good for white.
What are you saying?
I was thinking like takes b6, bishop takes b6, and knight b5.
Takes b6. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking knight takes b6, so that we can play knight c4. But maybe it's not that great.
Knight takes b6, knight c5. Does that work tactically?
What does knight c5 do?
I mean, it just attacks the queen. So yeah, we probably have to go to queen e8. Yeah, probably not a big deal. Or he could take on d5. No, he can't, because bishop takes is perfectly reliable.
Alright. Let's see. More stuff happening on Michael's game.
Takes f4. It's a threat that should probably be ignored, because if you take on f4, your pawn structure is so awful, and that h5 is gonna just destroy you. So maybe just like knight e5, just relax. Yeah. I think you just play knight e5 or like rook e1, something. Target e6 square, target e5.
Alright, what things going on there. I like white
Yeah, me too.
because
Like F5's scary. I don't think it has that much threat. So I think.
black
I'm just going
has black has too many static weaknesses and not enough dynamic compensation for those weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, white's better.
Well, Keaton, like we haven't talked about Keaton's game yet, just because like it hasn't been very interesting, and right now it's still not very interesting. Just closed game. Black has pieces in very good solid squares. So does white. I personally think Black's position is like better because Black's position is definitely much better. He can attack. He's attacking the queen side right now, so he's like holding the white pieces together, and G5 just takes the E5 pawn, which will give him a center majority, which is always like really good in closed positions because they just control more squares than the side.
He
Pawn.
beat Melik like 2 weeks ago in a tournament in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So Kachin ventured into our hometown, and he was the visitor. It didn't work out well for him.
Yeah.
And also, funny thing is, they had this type of opening with reversed colors, and Keaton knew very well what he was doing with white. It was a short game. Well, sort of.
Yeah, I don't like trading bishops. I think that makes sense. I don't know if E5 is a threat though, because going E5 is always going to be kind of suspicious because it leaves D5 really, really weak. Looks like Melik's playing on the dark squares now, so Melik might have an idea, but he doesn't have any pawns that directly attack the dark squares right now, so it's going to be difficult to control them.
Yeah.
Knight C5 looks pretty powerful. But fortunately for us, very few concrete threats white can make in this position, outside of F4, F5.
Oh, Michael won already. Smash.
Yeah, I'm gonna look what happened.
So that makes it 4-1 for us.
Oh, he just dropped the piece. He just played Queen F7, just dropped Knight G4, which is really good for us, because we'll take 3 wins. We don't really mind.
So
Black's getting played.
So so Black was in a position where he had a lot of static weaknesses and not enough dynamic compensation. However, he didn't acknowledge that fact and tried to put a mess on the board. But he should have just cut his losses, but since he didn't, he just lost hard and fast.
Yeah, I think Queen E7 is a good idea. Because Queen H5 is always going to be really strong. Because Queen H5 and Knight G4 is really strong threat. But you have to realize that if the center is open, like it is in this game, there's infinite tactical possibilities, and usually attack on the king side is not going to work. But I mean, in this specific scenario, he just dropped a piece, lost. So happens.
Michael just played a normal game, and his opponent committed Harry-Kiri.
Alright, so it looks like in Dre's game, Ashrovsky's starting to get some play. Drave isn't castled yet, which I don't know is a great idea. I would like Drave's pawn to be on H5, just because I just feel a little safer with it there. It takes away some play from Black's position, some space. He might be keeping on H5 to stop the queen from going to G5, but I don't think it's very dangerous there. But I think that Black's position is a lot better than it was in the past because he's stopping a lot of White's threats, and even though White has a big pawn scary majority in the middle, it doesn't really do very much, and a lot of it can just become weaknesses in the endgame. And right now he's playing F5, direct threat of F4. Well, kind of direct threat of F4 because G4 is also a good response.
I was expecting this, and after takes and knight e4, I just like white because black's knight is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
His knight can't do anything.
Alright, so I'm just going to reset real quick because I kicked out for idleness. Happens.
Oh.
It's really annoying. Don't know how to do it. Or I don't know why certain things don't count as idleness, but, you know, I mean, you gotta clean up the server somehow, and, you know, I can't really fault them for that. Alright. Only got 3 games left. So Dreyev, you got a position. So I'm gonna actually, we're gonna analyze this game right after because he got a position where he's it's actually really complicated. I think he's slightly better though because his knight's very well placed, and a queen and a knight is like a very dangerous combo. He also has better king.
Black's knight is very bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It has no squares. It has like no future. And
yeah,
like black's gonna have a lot of weaknesses on the queen side if, like, for example, he takes on b6. So I think white is
yeah. Black's rooks are worthless unless he can like double them somehow.
Yeah, he's
either on a rank or a file.
Mm-hmm. Well, like if he doubles it on the f file, it doesn't make any sense and doesn't do anything. If he doubles it on the e file, he just plays f3, and then not that much those rooks are doing. So
yeah, therefore black position is bad.
Yeah. I don't like Craig's position very much either.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
So he ended up doing that knight b6 thing, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's a 2-result position for white.
Yeah.
Because black's bishop is so bad. However, if it was black's move here,
f5,
then maybe
or f4 seems like it's pushing it. I wouldn't.
f4, like maybe we have that idea, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting, I guess.
So black does have a plan. Whoa.
Yeah, so what Dreyev wants to do is b6 is really weak and can't be defended just because the knight is just that awful. It's just like a little painful. He also has ideas of d6, queen d5 in case, but he wants to hold off on that because d6 allows the knight to go to like d8 and c6 or d8 and e6, so it kind of gives him a future. I was saying d6.
Yeah, Craig's gonna lose. So
yeah, I like Dreyev going like king g2, f3, queen d4, take 3 pawns, and then just, you know, walk away with the game. And like it's just really
he just has a strategically won position because black's knight is useless and the b6 pawn seems to be falling.
Mm-hmm.
If like how can he defend it other than by playing rook b8? If he played trying to play rook b8 and then knight d8 to solve the problem of both the pawn and his knight.
That's just a total.
But that loses to queen b5.
Yeah.
So black's lost there. Excellent for us. Keaton's position is pretty good, I think.
I think it's equal. So which is like solid. So I like.
He's gonna try and maneuver that bishop to g6, and then he's gonna play rook b8 later, and it's really hard to defend the b5 pawn.
That's true. b2 is really weak.
So like white would like to play g5, g6, but immediately black can play bishop c8, bishop e6 here, I think. Yeah, and that's what's gonna happen. Rook b8 is not bad either, but
I think Melik's pressing when he really shouldn't. So
yeah, that because they're trying to get back in it.
Yeah, they have to get as many wins as possible nowadays. Because they're already down -3 right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now,
Craig's gonna lose, but
it looks like Craig is gonna lose. So
we might get wins on the other two boards.
Other two boards are better for us right now. It still looks like Melik is playing for a win when he's just not better. So I don't think he sees the idea of Bishop E8 and Bishop G6, which is like very problematic for him. Because it looks like what he's trying to do is play Bishop D1, Bishop C2, and you just get directly countered by a tempo. So
Right.
I don't see it.
Right.
Yeah. Which is rather strange. So Craig just, I mean, he's playing on. He gave up an exchange. D5 is also really loose. I think the game shouldn't last very long after this because, yeah. Rook takes C8.
I think that, I think Kachin's position is okay.
So you can't defend B2, I guess. Okay, that's just D9.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm just wondering. Okay, black cannot be worse. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, it's just hard. It's a little bit tricky to defend against the passed G pawn, and then the H pawn is passed as well. Meanwhile, black's pawns are not mobile yet.
Yeah, I think that if Keaton plays Bishop D7, he gets into a massive it's actually Bishop D7. Yeah, it gets really annoying because Rook takes H7.
That was a really nice idea by Kachin, which I didn't consider.
Yeah, I really like King.
Bishop G4 intermezzo.
Yeah, I like King D6 here for Keaton going to C5 because I think his king is just like perfectly fine on C5 and he can still play Rook C2 and then Rook takes C3. So I think that's a good idea for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Craig lost. I mean, got a pretty bad position. I think he just like pushed for too much on the king side, and his queen side super vulnerable after that. Like, you gotta keep your pawn on d6 usually in London systems, otherwise the bishop becomes a monster.
Mm-hmm. Drev has a huge time advantage. Oh, yeah. In addition to the position.
So what do you think he's thinking about right now? Why he's not playing?
That should be a new thing when we have an advantage on the board and on time. We say we're up on time in addition to the position.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't. What's wrong with Queen takes B6 right now?
Right. Indeed. Wherever the knight goes.
I don't see it.
We can just come back to D4 maybe. There is some tricks though. For instance, Queen takes B6, Knight D3. If you went back to D4 there, it would be a blunder because it didn't happen anyway.
What would be wrong with that?
Well, I was thinking this line, Knight E1 check.
Yeah.
And then the true blunder would be King F1 because of Knight F3.
Mm-hmm.
And then you move the queen somewhere and Rook takes E4.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, I got idled.
That's brutal. Yeah, chess.com. I think they should fix it so that like if you like maybe chat if you spectate.
They started giving me achievement awards for like every breath I take. They're like, congratulations on breathing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. They should give me a free diamond membership every single time I speak. Dre's just playing slow. He's like cutting off all the squares for the knight, and then eventually he's gonna start playing the game again.
His opponent is playing slower though. on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who else we got? Keaton is done. Or no, he's still playing. Okay. Last two games, yeah.
Keaton's idea is kind of interesting because, yeah, he just wanted to play bishop c2. And then Malik just, bishop f5 cuts off the diagonal. He's going to take
Yeah,
on
Malik's
h7.
position is clearly better here.
Whose?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think Malik is. Malik has the edge
In the
there
driver's
because
seat.
Black has no good way of attacking c3. So.
He doesn't have a good way of defending the passed pawn.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Malik got some revenge for that San Diego game.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna come back this round, but I mean.
So this match, this round looks like a 2-2 draw, which means we're gonna retain a 3-game lead.
Yeah, 2-game lead.
Three, right? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, 2.
I mean, Draves still has to win this game. It doesn't look that easy.
Yeah, well, his opponent's less than a minute.
Yeah, but it feels like Andre is like slightly starting to outplay him. Because Draves didn't get any pawns for his massive developmental advantage, and
Well, what is, okay.
and he's got ideas of like knight c6, rook d5, just getting his rooks in. So.
Knight
I think I'm starting to swing
c6,
over
rook d5.
liking Black's position here.
Alright, so let's say knight e4 for white.
94?
Yeah.
I mean, like, why did he play? I mean, he played knight e4 to d2, so I don't think that would make too much sense.
Okay.
So f4 knight g4. F4 makes sense because it stops the threat on f2, but it pretty much gives up the h5 pawn, and white's only way of like getting something back is queen a7, which makes no sense because rook h5, rook h2, rook takes d2. So yeah, this is starting to swing in favor of Black, unfortunately, I think.
Hey Travis, I'm playing in the San Diego Open next, actually this weekend, and then I'm playing the Western Class Championship, but those are kind of small tournaments or medium tournaments. My first big tournament of the year is going to be the Philadelphia Open in April.
I got junior year, which is pretty rough. Pretty hard to do things. Rook d7, king e5. Well, Keaton found a way to stop the pawns, but he still can't win c3, which has become really problematic because he has no ideas.
Oh man, I don't like what's happened in Drev's game.
Yeah. It's starting to go downhill, I think. But then again, Drev is an absolute monster. And
I really don't like this.
Ridiculous games before.
Okay. After rook h2, he has king f3, fortunately. Maybe that holds the fort. King g1, I think that's probably lost. So king f3 is necessary. He still has a big time advantage, though. It's almost like a static advantage on the chessboard, where the time advantage just never disappeared.
Mm-hmm. So he's got 12 seconds, which is a massive plus, but his vision isn't great, which is a massive minus.
Yeah, Keaton's position's lost. He's probably going to resign. That's sad.
Yeah, Keaton's totally screwed. I don't know what he's doing. So it looks like Malik is actually playing pretty well for his team, which is unfortunate for us because he's supposed to be better at blitz. Malik, come on.
Keaton's position was fine until some point there where he allowed whites to get this G pawn, and then he didn't have compensation. Like, he didn't have to do that, I don't think, but oh well. He's not. He's being true to that thing. He was telling Josh that he resigned too early. Isn't too early though.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, Josh did resign really prematurely in a couple of his games. Like a couple of his games, he could have definitely played on. He just resigned. So that's like kind of frustrating in a team environment, just because you should always resign later in team tournaments, just because your win means so much more than just a win for you.
Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? Oh my gosh, Dreyev had knight d7. What is he thinking? He was afraid of knight g4, but then you have knight e5, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
This is... Okay, there's... What is he going to run to g5?
I think so.
Okay, knight e6 I like. That looks devious.
That looks fishy.
That's what I would do in this like low time. I'm like knight e6 here. Yeah, excellent.
Oh god.
So we're threatening mate if like black does nothing. Yeah, black's just mated. Good trick. Tricks win the day. Force mate.
Yeah, knight f7, queen h8. Yeah.
So
well, Dreyev is insanely good at this game, fortunately. So
yeah, we're up 2 games so far. It is currently 5-3 after our first 2 rounds.
Alright, I'm gonna check out the end of Dreyev's game because that thing went crazy. I don't know.
All right, let's see. We'll attach it, and then we can look at it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna go back to analysis mode. All right. So Dreyev played something in the middle game, which traded off 2 rooks for a queen. So we pretty much ended here, where he played f5, takes e4. It's an interesting tactic because if he takes, it's just a pin because of not castling. This idea here just trades 2 rooks for the queen.
Yeah.
Which originally looked very good for white, just because black's underdeveloped. His pieces are really bad, and it's going to take a long time for him to reorganize. Like, as you can see, he has to play like knight d8, knight f7, knight e5 to get his knight into play. But that was enough to scare Dreyev into retreating and giving black a lot of play in exchange for like no pawns for white. So Dreyev started to do a little haywire here.
That was an interesting moment. If you go back a few moves,
yeah,
where he decided to trade on b6, which I thought was counterintuitive. But anyway,
I mean, it just makes a few weaknesses, I think.
Yeah, the b6 pawn. Yeah.
Yeah, and the d7 pawn. Yeah, I think it was a pretty understandable move, but I think that it would have been bad in retrospect just because if you can't take these pawns, then there's no reason to weaken them. So.
But his position is so good that he can be forgiven for some small inaccuracies.
Yeah. H5 is also a little greedy because it seems like he's trying to stop the knight from going to g6, which doesn't make any sense because it doesn't want to be there anyways. Or he's trying to, actually no, it makes more sense. He's trying to stop black from going h5 and knight g4 and implanting something there. Yeah, but it's greedy because rook f5 kind of just takes the pawn. So. So this gets a little spotty for white because he just lost a pawn in h5 and his king's in a precarious situation.
Yeah, this was really scary.
Yeah. And then rook e8, like, mating net's starting to appear pretty clearly. h5, knight gets on g4. So what John was saying earlier on is
Yeah,
And it takes
okay,
knight g4
and
and then knight
take.
e5. Which looks winning. So. So, I mean.
Yeah, I was saying knight d7.
Yeah, knight d7. And then knight g5. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think it's just winning. I mean, it's pretty easy to miss, or possibly we also miss something. Like queen c4.
Well, what can black do?
It seems like queen c4 is kind of playing with fire, and knight e6 idea as well. Ostrovsky probably just missed the mate. Otherwise, there's no.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have taken and then played knight g4. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. So knight d7 was good.
So Evan's takes knight g4.
Oh wait. Okay, I saw there might have been a problem. Or what he might have thought was the problem anyway. So after knight d7, queen d7.
Yes.
Then rook e2.
Oh, queen a7 though.
Yeah, defends.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Looks fine.
Okay, here.
Queen a7. Yeah, I think it's fine. Just completely winning.
Queen a7. Yeah, white wins.
Yes,
Oh wait,
Hmm?
is there anything? King 8. Yeah. Okay, it should be winning.
So I think that after after he played knight e6 and then knight g4, I think taking on e6 might have been a little dangerous. What do you think about just takes and then knight g4 here? Because I don't see a great way for White to both create threats of his own as well as stop mate.
Is defending.
So queen d4.
How about? It's tough.
Yeah, what do you think about queen d4? Actually,
yeah. So this was the moment where they could have probably stolen the point from me. These mating nets, they look winning. Oh wait. Queen d4 here.
Yeah, we're looking at queen d4, and then I don't know, maybe rook f1.
Rook e6.
Rook e6. That seems suspicious because d7 just gets a queen. Oh wait, rook e6, d7, rook here, and after queen takes, you do this, and you have to take it back. You take it back with a pawn.
What was that?
I was looking at rook e6, d7. If rook f2, queen takes, and then after rook takes, no matter where you move the king, he takes something with check. So.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. So that's why it works.
Yeah. So
looks like they started the next round. I will be back in a second here.
I'm gonna go to this game. Yeah, we're gonna start the next round. Alright, so right now we're winning 5-3, which is a pretty massive advantage because it's really hard to cut. They have to win the next 2 rounds, 2.5/2, which is really difficult to do. Right now I'm just gonna set up all the games. So. So Greg played something Melik actually likes to play a lot, Schliemann. But which I think is perfectly fine. But it's against an early c3, which might be even better for black because c3 is generally not a good move against Schliemann. So, but I mean,
No.
it's just a crazy
Craig said
position.
good luck, and then his opponent disabled the chat. That's nice.
Oh, okay. That is rude. I mean, Craig's gonna smash him now because that's just how karma works.
But you know, and yeah, exactly.
Keaton's playing against the London, and so basically there are some ideas of just playing like d5, d4, just d5, c5, knight f6, queen b6, and early knight c6 is usually out of the way. It's like usually unnecessary, and kind of like a waste of time. When the queen's on c2, yeah, bishop f5 is a really good idea, and then after just development, it's like natural development, like h6, e6, bishop e7. You're not going to see, or even like rook c8, you're not going to see white really get out of this hold. And you're just going to see the trade-off of black having more active pieces in exchange for white has a more solid structure. So that's just what you're usually going to see in this kind of stuff. This is probably like one of the best lines against London, in my opinion. So. Yeah, Keaton clearly understands what he's doing here.
Egrok. Got that pawn.
Andrea's game is not very interesting right now. Solid structure, double bishops. We're just gonna have to see how the game develops. I'm not entirely sure how what Black's plan is in these positions, because I'm not an expert in these scenarios.
This game. Where is Drea's game? Craig's game. Let's see, follow.
Melek and Michael have Grunfeld, I think, at the opening. Black is trying to block 8 on d5. White's trying to get something out of a space advantage. Seems pretty standard so far. Not really interested yet. Craig's game.
Alright, I have all the games.
Took on e4. If white moves the knight, seems like a waste of time. d5 is an interesting idea, which I don't think works because d5, b5 stuff is always going to be there, which is generally bad for the guy that plays d5.
You talking about Keaton's game?
I'm talking about Craig's game.
Oh, Craig's game. Okay. Yeah, Craig is an expert at this opening, and it already looks bad for white.
Yeah, I don't know if Jakub knows what he's doing. Because
What's he doing?
You can't just play d4 and allow takes e4 if you don't know what you're doing. So I think Craig might just eat him out of the opening after he disrespectfully disabled chat after Craig said good luck. So.
He just went down upon bad manners.
He's gonna get punished. I mean, the other games are getting very interesting yet. I mean, in Drea's game, he played c5. If black double trades, it's very beneficial for white because usually there's a scenario where there's no pawn on b2 or e2, and that hanging pawn position is usually like something that can be positionally attacked. But because white can play b3 after the double trade, it's just like a very solid position. Lots of squares are controlled, and white's just better. But,
white has 2 bishops.
Drea might be going for an IQP here. I don't know why else he would play something like this.
Yeah.
Like for example, takes knight takes. b4 looks very strange. I would not like that.
White's just better, so we have good chances on that game.
You might play like knight e2 here, or then takes knight e2, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The only problem with blacks with white's position is that his bishop is not very good for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
The bishop on d3, I mean.
Yeah, it's got no squares. g4, it's pretty concrete. He wants to go g5, take on d5. Knight b6 defends the pawn. c4 doesn't look like it's ever going to be a threat because I don't understand why you would ever give up your pawn on d5 and allow white to push e4, e5.
Go Craig! Whoa!
Craig knows what he's doing. This is prep. Craig's gonna prep 20 moves in this kind of stuff. You can't.
Really?
You can't spend a third of your time getting this kind of stuff. You know. It's just
Are
like
you
either you're
sure
winning or
this
you're
is?
losing.
Oh wait. White sacked a piece.
Yeah, he just took
I
a
didn't
piece.
notice that.
Yeah. Spend like 6 minutes already. You're just not gonna have a good time.
It would be more impressive if Craig had more time than he started with,
Yeah.
but
Only Josh would do
the
something
only
like
reason
that.
he doesn't is because he had to recover from the shock where he was taken aback by his opponent's bad manners in the beginning of the
Exactly.
game.
Just astounded. I don't understand that. You at least say good luck back, and then to say well chat. That is just the poorest of sportsmanship.
Right. I didn't even know chat was legal, so now I can get into my opponent's head before I make my first move or something.
Yeah, you gotta tell them good luck, and they're gonna go into a dilemma because if they disable chat, they're gonna lose because you can't be disrespectful and still win the game. But if they respond,
Good luck. ... You're going to need it.
Yeah, that might be against the terms. Today's game has a lot of ideas that are pretty interesting, just because Black's Knights are awful. So we need to notice that just because they have no squares to go to. They only have like a life. Like for example,
In Melik's game?
no, I'm talking about Drave's game. Because
Yeah, right, in Drave's game, yeah.
He can
His
never
knights
take
are
the knight.
awful, and he has an isolated queen's pawn. So yeah, that's a really nice position for white.
Yeah. So like, even if like he's like baiting him to take the knight, which you just can't do because if you take the knight, then your knights have no future, and bishop f4 is coming, and then rook c1 is coming. And your king is unsafe too. It's just a really awful position. So you just have to move his bishop back somewhere.
And then Drave's gonna give him a lesson of how you use two bishops against two knights with pawns on both sides of the board.
Yeah.
There was a game. It was very instructive like this between Vladikamsky was white, I think, and then Conrad Holt was black. I don't know if you've ever seen that game.
No.
Rex Conrad.
Ostrovsky. Oh, Craig's thinking for more than 5 seconds now. That's problematic. Takes e5, threatening bishop g5. I'm not a computer. I don't know what the best line is. Queen d5 looks interesting. I don't know what else you would play if you don't. Queen d3 is also interesting, trying to stop them from castling.
Okay.
I like those two moves.
So,
anything else?
So Jason Garfield is saying that he looked at this, it's all prep, and white has to play precisely to get a draw.
Yeah, it looks like white hasn't played precisely, because if white played precisely, Craig wouldn't be thinking.
And if it's not like perpetual, then Craig still has good chances to win on the clock.
Yeah, he spent like in a blitz game. You can't spend this much time. You can't spend 8 minutes on the clock.
Yeah. So Akchess says Conrad Holt is the pinball master. I never didn't play pinball, but well, we saw him playing in Vegas with his dad. We played asteroids.
Yeah, I have ever played pinball.
You know that game? It's an ancient Atari game.
Yeah, wait, is that the one where you have like the spaceship and you shoot all the things that are coming at you?
Yeah. He is playing that, I don't know, a long time.
Yeah. There's a lot of skill in that game. I never could get past like the first few levels. So Drave, he's simplifying things down, and he's just starting to attack his opponent's like loose queenside structure, because he has a bishop that can target b8 through, for example, like bishop b4, bishop b6 is an idea. After playing like rook c1, and like black's king is a little loose, but I don't think it's a big deal because black can like station himself on e5 or c5, then get his king to b8, rook on c8, and looks like he's just going to be slightly positionally worse rather than like tactically losing.
So what do you recommend for white here?
I think white should play rook c1 check.
Which rook? The A rook?
Yeah, rook A. Actually, wait, no, h3 is really loose, huh? Yeah, I was gonna think.
Okay, he
takes.
either rook.
Knight c5 is probably. Or yeah, he can probably just take back.
That's an interesting game. Okay, well, being up a pawn, it's rarely bad.
I mean, he can't take it, right? So. Yeah. Takes a knight c5. So maybe something like b4 could be interesting. Although I think it's questionable because knight e5, knight c4. Bishop c3. Maybe he wants his bishop on d4 instead of his knight. Because right now I see that.
I don't like Michael's position very much.
Yeah, I was gonna finish up Andrea's game. I don't like the idea of like knight e5, knight c4. e3 is really loose now, and looks like white might have to go on the defensive. Or he's just gonna trade e3 for a6, I guess.
He's okay. That's interesting.
I don't know about that. Oh, he won the game of chicken. He's not trading. Then again, there's also a threat of just bishop takes d4 and knight takes f3. So Dre's got a lot on his plate right now, so I don't know.
Yeah, this one's not looking that great for him.
I don't like it. Okay, 4.
So what does he do? Oh, on knight c4, I guess he intends e4.
Yeah, you're right.
So that was a nice. Rook a4 was a nice move.
And then what do you think he's trying to do after bishop takes d4? Maybe he's just gonna go rook takes d4. I think.
Rook takes, yeah. Yeah, I kind of like rook takes, yeah.
And then just get access to the 7th rank, which that's pretty good. Yeah, and I agree with you. I think Michael's position is getting a little positionally questionable.
I mean, yeah. He has serious problems with defending d4.
Yeah, I'm actually really not liking our Conrad. Our situation on all these boards right now. Because Craig has been thinking for way too long right now. He's been thinking for 5 minutes. In a 15-minute game, that's nuts. You can only do that once a game. And he's really only got some.
Craig has been thinking for like 6 minutes.
Yeah, he really does not have.
So he's trying to remember his preparation, I guess.
Like what?
All right.
What are his candidate moves right now? G6. Wow. Wow. Does that work?
Why not? This guy Ostrovsky, he has a strange style.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna go queen h4, queen takes c4.
Health game. Wow.
He's just like sacking a piece and like hoping to get long-term positional compensation, I think. Because I don't see anything directly adaptable right now. Which I think he doesn't have that much of, just because black can run his king over to g7, and then I think he's not gonna have too many problems.
I think Dreyev's position is pretty equal. That game will likely be a draw, I think.
Yeah, because he's got a lot of weaknesses, and his opponent's got a lot of weaknesses too, so it's pretty hard.
Okay.
Both of them to play.
I like that move for his opponent though, but he just did f6.
I'll show you now the queen's diagonal. Looks like Keaton got out of his... Well, no, he didn't. His opponent just played e4. And he took, and then played queen c7. Which looks like he's trying to play queen f4, and then start actually playing the game. Rather than just sitting there and, dying. Which I like, because you gotta have some play if you want to win the game.
Word.
Yeah, it just looks
That's
like
like
got
that's
really
like a life
confident.
philosophy. You gotta have some play if you want to win the game.
I mean, you can't just sit there forever, because eventually your e4 pawn's gonna fall. Your knights are looking very bad as well. Looks like queen f4. You gotta try something like that. Queen f4, like knight e7, knight d5 kind of stuff, or even like e3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, of course it's not great because double pawns on e5 and white has an open a file, and his pieces are really disorganized. But you still gotta try something. Craig's thinking for too long. I'm just gonna say two moves, 8 minutes. You can't survive on something like that, especially if they're like back to back. Because that means that there's something that you just didn't see.
Queen f4. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I liked queen f4
Yeah, me too.
a bit. But maybe Keaton knows better.
I think maybe he's just trying to play 97, but I just can't agree with this style of play.
For black?
Yeah, because I think that he's got to do something, or else he's just gonna die.
Well,
How's he gonna defend that? I don't think he can.
how about
Yeah,
tough.
Well, Craig just retreated his king to e8. He's trying to get some positional advantages because he has an extra piece. So you want your pieces in better squares, where they can be like a lot more meaningful, and the impact of having an extra piece can be felt a lot more.
So an interesting thing is, if you're just tuning in here, you might think that Craig's position is fine because he's going to play bishop g7 and castle, but he's actually already played king e7 and king e8, so he can't.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is fine because he's have a piece for 2 pawns.
And you'd be surprised how often people
Yeah.
they get these positions and they think they can castle.
I think Craig's got to play queen d5 here. Otherwise, the last few moves just didn't make any sense. I'm just worried this might go into a little bit of tactical trouble because there's like a possibility of trading and then bishop b3, and if the knight moves, then bishop f6 traps the rook. So, but I think it should
That's
be fine.
It's a pretty gambling type of game that Craig has. I think it's about 50-50 between win or loss. I think a draw is unlikely.
Yeah, I agree with the other one. I think Craig looks like the horizons look pretty good for him, so I would like his situation right now. So I'll bet on Craig. I know Craig. He can pull it off.
I think Keaton's position is totally fine.
Yeah, wait, what? How did? Oh, he played queen f4 finally. So then that defends the pawn because the queen's just defending the pawn. And then now he went, and then Jakub went back queen e2 to attack the pawn, and then knight e2 attacks c3, so you don't lose anything. And it also threatens something like knight d5.
His position's fine.
Yeah, and something like c4 leads to knight at c6, and then black could suddenly get an initiative. So you always gonna be worried. I think Michael's position is also perfectly fine. Because
I was even gonna say I like his position. I think it's good because black's bishop is pretty bad and white has the c file.
Yeah.
Whereas the only thing black has is the half open d file, but he's just biting on granite.
Yeah.
It seems like White's control of the c file is going to be more important. So, like, he can't stop rook c7 unless he plays rook d7, but then rook c8 is very unpleasant.
Keaton's
In
game
fact,
keep going.
in fact, if he allowed rook c8, well, he would just be lost immediately, I think, because then that just looks really bad.
I think Keaton's game is pretty drawn because Keaton's main idea should be going rook c8, rook d8, knight c6, and that should just lead to a draw. Because I don't see any variations for white that can like distinctly like get rid of that kind of a threat. Or actually,
no, I mean Keaton's position is better.
No, I don't know about it.
It would be better if he could keep the rooks on the board.
Looks like he's trying to play rook d8 and then knight b4, which could be annoying.
This is just going to be a draw.
Most likely. Or yeah, knight d7.
But he can press. He can keep playing.
But I mean, like the thing is, like the pawn on d4 is not really a hindrance when there's no more rooks on the board. So I don't think like the evaluation's very rude right now. So yeah, knight f6.
Yeah, knight f6. Let's go there.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Yeah. Position. I like it. Tasty.
And then, but I think, yeah, just bishop f3 and then knight e5. I think white's position's fine. Should probably just do a draw, like, near future. Well, Craig's game is still insane. They have under 4 minutes now, so they're just playing blitz because they've barely gotten out of the opening. It looks like Andre wants to castle queenside because it starts with a direct attack on Black's queen. And Black's king can't really get out of the center yet, so we're going to see some interesting ideas.
Yeah, there's been some serious developments in this game. I think he's winning now.
Yeah,
because
I think he has to play. I think
d5 pawn seems to be falling.
Yeah. Bishop g7 looks like a really strong move right now. And very, very natural as well.
Bishop g... Oh, for in Kachin's game?
Oh, no, just in Craig's game right now. Just bishop g7 I think is perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think... Whoa. Yeah, Andreev is winning, I think. Yeah, probably.
You think he's just winning when d5?
I think Andreev's gonna win.
H4 is loose too. I think he's definitely better. I don't know if I would go as far as winning yet.
Okay, let's say white plays rook a4 here. I think that's the right move. Rook a4.
Rook a4?
Then I guess knight e3.
Yeah. E3 is hanging, h4 is hanging. You're gonna lose 2 pawns for 2 pawns, so.
Alright,
yeah. I don't think he has too much play here. Craig is looking trade.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I just don't know why you would play g6 instead of queen g7. It's a little confusing to me. Or instead of bishop g7, because you give him free tempo and you don't develop your piece.
He achieved a queen trade though.
That's true. Wait.
This reminds me of a game I had against Craig where he killed all my counterplay by making sure I couldn't castle queenside, and then I just had a much worse position.
Mm-hmm.
But I managed to draw the game later.
Yeah, I don't know what Keaton's doing. Seems like he's screwing a little too much. But I mean, at the end of the day, he can always just play rook d8, trade d4 for e6, and there's not that much White can do about it. So I mean, he's gonna be fine.
I mean, he has h5 at worst, so he can choose here between h5 and knight g5.
Or just rook d8. That's what I'm saying.
Rook, yeah, but why? No, I mean we want to keep the d4 pawn on the board.
I mean, it like leads to a draw, yeah. Like
They just agreed to a
yeah.
draw. That's fine, I guess, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Craig looks winning here. He's got an extra. I mean, I think it's a little too early to tell, just because a lot of the pieces are a little active for Andre, and he's got some play with like maybe like in a future 94, 96 kind of stuff. And it looks like Drev still has an equal position. He's looking at press. I think Michael is better now.
I like Craig's position.
Yeah, I think this is going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty. Yeah, Craig has a winning position.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I actually didn't see it. The ability to trade off this stuff. The knight. This does a couple things in that it allows for an outpost on f5, which is really good square for the knight because if the knight can move, I guess d5 is also okay. Instantly that. Oh, he also has threats of knight f4,
What
which targets
happened?
d3 and g2. So I would like him to play b5 though, because I think his knight on c3 is going to start getting some play. So
Michael has a really nice position.
Michael's just better.
Yeah.
He should get his. I mean, king d3, king c4 kind of like play themselves, and then he's gonna win a pawn. And the resulting endgame, I don't know if it's winning or not. It looks like he's got very.
Okay, I like rook b2 first. I think that's correct. However, black has this trick with b3 here, which is kind of annoying.
Really? What happens if you just takes and then
take?
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think like c4, king c4 might have been more accurate, or?
Oh.
Yeah, this one's the pawn, anyways. So that's a good idea. This endgame looks very winning for white.
Yeah. There's rook a8. Not easy.
Rook a8, king b4. Yeah. Oh wait, black can do this really annoying thing, like go
rook d8. Yeah, it's annoying.
Oh, so yeah, rook a8 and then rook d8.
I don't. It looks like Craig has to give back material after bishop b3. So I don't like that.
Yeah, he doesn't have a good
I think the move I think king f7 was a really bad move.
I don't think he does have to get back material actually. Bishop b3, he just goes king e6 and then rook d7. Kind of.
And rook d5, rook d5, rook d1. You can't defend again.
Right, yeah. That's a really big problem.
And then Michael just drew his game. That's a little bit unfortunate, but he was really low on time.
I think he probably should have played king c4 first, right? Or yeah, I think
maybe that's what it was. We can take a look later.
Yeah.
And well, Drev's position looks pretty equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anything, I would give a slight edge to black.
Whoa. After bishop...
G6.
I don't know about that.
Huh.
No, White's winning.
Is he, really?
White's winning here. Knight h4 is forced, and then knight f4, and then he moves the bishop, and the pawn cannot be stopped, so black will have to sack his knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, White's winning there. We might see a bishop and knight versus king ending.
Yeah. Huh. Black Lesnar just dropped a piece in the last few. Maybe he just takes the pawn, he's fine. Yeah, Michael says that he accidentally repeated. Okay, Craig's game is solely drawn, so that's pretty good for us. Because like we were a little worried.
Yeah, dead draw.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I thought his position was scary. I guess his opponent didn't see that thing we were talking about. Or did he?
Yeah,
I
we're gonna look at that
didn't
game
see.
at the end as well. Just play A5, just offer a draw. I can't see this going anywhere else. Okay, dude. Unless Craig is playing free win.
No. Maybe his opponent's playing for a win.
There's no way.
That's a draw, though.
Yeah,
Go, Drev!
3 draws.
Oh, what a beast. Oh my gosh!
Wait, takes bishop e5?
It's just GG.
Wait.
Oh!
That's a draw now, right?
Oh! Nasty.
Yeah, that's a draw, right?
Nasty. Oh! There's a brilliant tactic here. Yeah, he's king c6 stops black from making progress, and then if he can get his king to like f7, then I think it's a win. I could be wrong, but anyway,
I think you're right.
good
yeah,
chances
if he gets his
there.
King to f7, he can just play.
I have missed a way to just ensure the win somewhere along the line here.
Yeah, I think this is drawn. I don't see how...
Yeah, king d5 and now king d excellent. But yeah, bishop a3, knight c5, excellent. Excellent. He's taking this boy to school here.
Yeah, this is he just won. What the heck? Oh, that's like totally...
Yeah, the only thing is black has this annoying defense of bishop h8 sometimes. And we want to... So when we play knight f6, like, we'd like to get a check-in before we do that, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nasty. Nasty.
Wait, so he just plays bishop h8, right? Or h6?
Yeah, I think that what he just did loses to king f7. Yeah, GG. Bishop h6 is a blunder. He played it really fast, too. That was just a really bad.
Yeah, what the heck? He played bishop h8.
Excellent, excellent. So we take another lead here. We're now up
7.5, 4.5.
7.5, 4.5.
Yeah, so we just need 1 out of 3 to win the match right now, which is like very, very doable. I mean, but like last week, we should never like say that something like this is very doable because we almost got stuck with half out of 4 in the last one after leading 8-4. So.
Right. So.
Well, Drev managed to win that, which is kind of remarkable. But Drev is kind of a remarkable player, so.
Right.
You don't get many.
What a beast.
3-0 right now. He's just putting our team on his back. Alright.
I think that Pak Leza went wrong when he played f6. I think that he should have been trading pieces already.
What happens if he just
That was
goes,
like I think that was optimistic.
Like move 47? What if he just takes on h4 here? I don't... It's totally drawn. I can't see how you win this.
And he didn't take it?
No, he didn't take on h4.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks pretty drawish.
Yeah, what the heck? This is just like a total oversight. Because...
Yeah, right.
Good.
So that's what I was saying. I'm like, oh wow, he played f4, we're winning now.
Wow. So...
I think that had to do with them overplaying their hand again in an attempt to recover their deficit in the match.
I think he played this endgame extremely, extremely poorly. Like ridiculously poorly.
So I think that's kind of a lesson that whereas if you were just playing individually, it's not as bad, although I still think it's bad to give away half points like that, but you're putting your team in such a difficult position when you're giving up a free half point like that. Because it's been accumulating.
Yeah, like for example, like what happens if black plays like bishop a8 here? How does white make progress? And after
I don't know if he can. I think it might be a draw. We could take a look at that.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at bishop 55. Like Bishop h8, yeah. Or, I mean, bishop h8, that's also possible. I was
What? So on
thinking
move 61 or something.
I was thinking move 55.
Say move 61, bishop h8.
I think move 55, he didn't have to. Or, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go to move. Yeah. Bishop h6 was obviously like just a mistake. Bishop h8 was a better move.
Yeah, bishop h8, I don't think there's a way. I think it's just a draw.
Yeah.
Oh! Actually, there's a way. There is a way. So let's say he does it on Alright, you have the position here. Okay, I want to play knight e8 here.
Knight e8.
Yeah. And if you play king c8, I think you lose. You have to play 6.
Yeah.
And then king f7. King d5 is forced, I think.
Theoretically, if like the king was like off the map, is it possible for white to block the bishop from taking the pawn?
Knight g7, king g8. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
King g7, what?
Knight g7 and king g8. That's the only idea that can work.
I see what you're trying to do.
But I think you have to come around to f. If you can get your king around fast enough, then it's a draw. So king d5, knight g7, king e5.
Right. Yeah, then he can get over here, and then this is drawn. Yeah. Yeah, I think he missed a couple of chances to get half points, but.
Okay, maybe
And
so I'm pretty sure that position draw.
Yeah.
But anyway, nice. We got the win.
We just need to point out a 3, which is honestly not very difficult to get. So, I'm gonna look at a couple of the other games. I don't know what exactly happened in Craig's game. How they traded off all these pieces. Okay, so rook g7 takes. Oh, and then he found knight takes e5. And this just boils down to a totally equaling game. So, d6, rooks, yeah. So yeah, he saw the line, but knight takes e4 is a good move. The c2 draw. c6 is the third.
Alright, let's see here. Alright.
Kind of curious what happened here. Queen f4. Do you greedy? You gotta look greedy. Yeah. I think Yaka could have played this better. He had such a strong position, like right here. He could have done anything in the world. Maybe e4 was a little too rushed, I don't know.
So far we have... Everybody has all draws. Oh wait, no. Keaton lost. Drev is 3-0.
Yeah, Drev's pretty good at this game, I would say.
Yeah, Drev's 3-0 and Michael is up and game, so that's why we're plus.
I apologize, my internet isn't great, unfortunately. So we're gonna have like slight interruptions every once in a while, just because it's not great. It's a product of monopolistic oligarchies and poor choices in your internet service area. It really sucks.
All right, let's see what we got. We got another London from Pac Laza, very creative.
There are way too many Londons this tournament, but the Londons are doing pretty well, so I can't fault them for it.
Drev's game is going to be a draw, like, really fast. Watch.
I'm watching. Okay. But, like, if we watch all the Pro Chess League games, we always think that his game is going to be really drawn really quickly, but...
Yeah, my opinion is that White should be slightly better, but with Drev as black, it's like, it should just be a draw. Yeah, this knight e4 move is nothing. Mm-hmm. You have to play king d1 if you want to try anything, I think.
I don't play E4. I don't play Caro. I don't know what this is. That's fine for black.
I won a nice game in this line against Alex Costello. It was pretty nice. I was black. Yeah.
My games against him was fun. I like that kid.
Put my knight on d6, and then I played b5, a5, a4 because he played b3. And b3 was bad because it just lets my rook get really active.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for him to, and then on the other side of the board he had g4, f3, and I had f5. So my rooks are threatening to come in on both the a file and the f file.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Yasik stays true to his guns with his Stonewall stuff.
Yeah, Craig just plays. Like, Stonewall's not very dangerous against Fianchetto, because Stonewall, generally what you want to do is play, like, castle and then queen e8, queen h5, g5, g4. That has no bite, because you can't attack h2 a second time if there's a pawn on g3, so it's usually not very effective against Fianchetto setup. But, I mean, it's also like a positional opening, too, because you just get a strong e4 square, so.
You think so? I noticed a trend where white was doing pretty well with it. Wasn't it recently they had a bunch of top level games where black was playing this?
I mean, it looks perfectly fine to me, so I guess it's perfectly possible. Dre is finding some good ideas. I think that he has a chance to outplay Melik. The thing is, like, the setup e6, c6 against d4, c5. Although you're down on space, if white has no attack on the queen side or on the king side, then it gets to be really annoying for black. I mean, for white, let's just say. Like over time.
Whoa! You know what I just noticed? I think that. Never mind. I was spacing out. I was going back to that bishop against knight and pawn ending.
Oh. I don't know. Like, honestly, other than like Craig Schliemann, there haven't been very many exciting openings. So a lot of this is just like boring positional play. I mean, there's a lot of depth in like positional play, but right now I don't see any like very interesting ideas. Like Craig's is like a little interesting, but it's become like really common. The idea to just go bishop f4 when you're fianchettoed, and then just take play e3, play h3. You know, it's just a really strong.
Yeah, I like it. I like this type of position.
Yeah.
For white.
It's not a positional weakness. It's just like it's really.
Yeah,
strong.
Exactly, because it does a lot for like the squares it controls.
Yeah, and like black really has no good ideas of attacking because your strongest piece in the position, the dark squared bishop, is just it's not there. So
I very much like Craig's position. And I like Drea's position. I think that Kachin already did something wrong here.
Yeah, f3 is ambitious. I can understand he wants to play like f3, g4, get some space, because the desert rats realize that they're in a situation where they have to get at least 3.5 out of 4. So everybody's got to start playing for a win.
A pawn, I don't get it. 3 pawn.
Yeah, h5 is hanging. That's very strange.
That's like you're demoralized.
I don't get it. I don't get it either. I just take it, run away with the pawn. Oh well.
Yeah, he wants. Yeah, Drea's more precise though.
Yeah. He's just annoying him, forcing the rook to g1 before he takes the pawn, just because why not. But I don't know if that's like as precise because if the rook's on g1, I think Melek's only like plan of attack is to go g4, g5 anyways. Okay, what's happening? Am I missing something here?
He prefers position with the bishops traded.
But why? You're just down a pawn.
Now if g4, there's knight f4, which it wasn't there before.
I don't understand why he would trade bishops. Like why Melek would trade bishops.
So there's knight f4 now.
Yeah, this is strange.
Are you talking about Melek?
Yeah, I'm talking about Melek. I don't.
His rook was trapped.
Rook. Oh, rook g1, knight e2. I see. Yeah.
e2, yeah.
Yeah, I was being a fool. Yeah, so Draves good at the game.
Craig's game.
He screwed
What
up.
is he doing?
That's
It looks like he has to sack an exchange to me.
How does he sack an exchange, like, legitimately, though? Does he play queen a4?
Queen a4, and then bishop takes c4.
Queen takes c6.
And then bishop takes f. Oh! Nice. Okay, yeah, I didn't see that. That's good.
I don't see another
yeah.
sack something, so.
I suppose after queen a4, black plays queen c8, though. So that kind of defends everything, and...
That's true. That's annoying.
Yeah, so maybe he should just do it now and then play c4.
How
And he at least... I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't
If he can manage to get the d5 pawn, then he gets these... He'll get to play his pawn to d5, and then I think... the black's rooks are going to get so active, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like
Not
this.
sure about Craig's position.
I think he's just losing a pawn.
Drave's position, however, I am very sure that he won't lose this game, and he's probably going to win.
Yeah. F5 looks very strong here. So, looks just like another pawn to pick up. Looks like Melek is going a little insane with this play right now. Or actually, F5 could be a little dangerous because the rook gets on the 7th, and the second rook could also get on the 7th, so maybe hold off on the pawn grabbing before just like securing the game, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's so much pressure on Melek right now because if he loses the game, he just lost the match for his team.
Mm-hmm.
They can't give up a full point.
Yeah, maybe he's baiting. Yeah, I think maybe he was trying to bait out F5.
If he draws, then the response on him.
Yeah, if he draws, the expectation is that everyone else has to win. But he put himself in a position where he's either going to draw or win, so this is looking terrible. For them, of course.
Okay, Keaton... He is making a temporary pawn sack, it looks like. But he gets a lot of comp for it.
I guess he gets to target c6. I don't know how much comp that is, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't like Drave's position right now. Wait, no, he's not doing a pawn sack. Wait, oh, he took a temporary pawn sack, you mean? Because he's just up a pawn.
Oh! Yeah, I didn't notice he was up a pawn.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you can only get a pawn structure when black plays e5, so.
Yeah, in that case, his position is just good.
Yeah, I think he's doing fine right now. So Craig played
I sense that Keaton's bishop's prosperity lies in their future.
Yeah, probably. I can see definitely for his dark squared bishop, but his light squared bishop, I think we need a little bit more praying for that.
Well, at the very least, he has the h3 c8 diagonal and some e6 ideas. his knight is going to find a nice home on d4.
Yeah.
Dreyev's winning another pawn. Malik feels bad, man.
I mean, Malik has to play d5, right? Wait. I'm kind of on d5. He doesn't even have to take pawn back.
Yeah, just king f8.
Yeah.
And
D5
you just
king f8.
win another pawn. Because if rook e5 f6.
Yeah, you can't trade because you lose the endgame. You're down a pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, b4, b6. You just hold it. Pawn's gonna die. I mean, looks like Dreyev's gonna win us the match by going 4-0.
Bro.
What did you expect? No, he's actually just an extremely strong player. If you saw last week's game, he won when he was down a piece. He was down a piece and a knight in exchange for a queen and a pawn. Like, he had no compensation.
A rook and knight for a queen and pawn, yeah.
And he just slowly outplayed him.
But the pawn, the pawn was pretty much doomed to fall.
Yeah.
So it was really just going to be rook and knight against queen, and then that position is likely a draw.
Mm-hmm.
That just shows his class that he gets those positions.
Yeah.
And he avoided what, like, if he had played something else and like tried to not lose the material, then he probably would have had a losing position. Like, that was the best defensive resource.
Mm-hmm. So Craig kind of has to open up the position a little bit. He's trying to trade the bishops in exchange to play e4 in the future. Or not the e4, c4 in the future. Because if he gets an open c file, could be good. He can also have ideas in the g file with like king f2, rook g8, and like h4, h5. So like he's down a pawn, sure, but like it's a major piece endgame and then major piece endgames.
He has comp, yeah.
Yeah, piece activity matters a lot more.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, Malik's slowly realizing that he's totally screwed.
C4 is... Do you know what they say about 2 rooks and plus queen endgames?
Yeah. So many quotes in that field.
They're drawish.
Yeah, okay. I mean, most of them are. I don't think this one is because they drawish if the kings are safe. If the kings are not safe, then it gets very interesting.
How is his king not safe? I guess black can try like queen e8, queen h5, g5.
Yeah, that's kind of stuff I was looking at.
Open it up.
Or even just like
but
queen
then
d8.
he loses 6.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some weird stuff going on. Thanks.
Yeah, Michael's game, which I haven't given any attention to. He's down a lot of time.
Yeah.
His opponent
Michael,
playing the infamous system.
Yeah, Michael's position is not very great because Paklez's idea is
London wins.
Yeah, his idea is to play g4 no matter what, and I don't really see a way to stop that. So there's a lot of trouble.
Well, that's what he just did. He's like, I think he was waiting for you to say it just so he could show you this move.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He saw it coming. Yeah, but just bishop b2 and then g4 still the threat. But I mean, that's a really good development because if black hits his bishop on g6, it's like a really strong defensive tool because it stops the pawn getting too far and controls a lot of squares.
Black has knight c6. He took exactly. I like knight c6.
This internet is just...
With the idea if g4, f, g4, h, g4, knight e5, rook f2.
Alright, Michael, I mean, looks like he has to play bishop f6 here. And after bishop f6, his position seems fine. I don't see too much danger in his position. Yeah, I think he's doing fine.
Oh, look, you got birthday
bishop
wish from the other team. I think that they're letting us win.
Oh no, my birthday was yesterday. That's what he's telling me. Thank you. It's rough having a birthday and then having like 2 tests and like some trash the other day, but yeah. You live and you learn. Alright, straight up right now, there's some really weird stuff going on. Might be because of my computer. I mean my internet, because my internet's very bad right now. Might be because there's some weird stuff going on in John's place. I'm not 100% sure. But right now it looks like Drave's game is totally over because Drave just wants to consolidate before he takes on D4. God damn, this internet. This is frustrating.
My internet?
No, it's my internet. My internet's not great, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Because I live in an area where the only service providers are Spectrum and AT&T, and they're not the greatest, companies if you want a good, reliable internet. So
I think it's the same where I live as well.
Massive dissatisfaction with the internet I've received in the past few years. So, there's a queen trade, because Craig went c4, takes d4, trade queen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sure. I don't know what to think about it. I think Craig has some drawing chances. I don't think they're like especially great. Because he could run into a lot of trouble with his weak h2 pawn, which allows black to have passed pawns both on the queen side and on the king side, which is a really big problem usually. But there's definitely some weird stuff I think that's coming in from your end. Maybe you want to close the doors in? I don't know what's happening. Yeah, it sounds like you're having like a kids party in the back. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. My internet is not reliable at all. That's really frustrating. Alright, so I'm just going to talk through it anyways. Craig understands there's a weakness. He's got to protect the weakness, so he plays h4. Eventually, all he really wants to do...
Keen's position is really, really good.
Keen's popping off.
He is crushing this guy, positionally.
Yeah, Craig realizes that he has to trade the c-file for the g-pawn. So he's just trying to play rook g1 and h5. And Yaka can't do that much to stop it.
Right, that's a good idea.
If his king is in range to stop it, he loses the c-file.
Look at Keaton's game. He has better pawn structure, more active pieces. He even has a better square for his knight on d4 than Black has for any of his knights.
Yeah, Keaton's absolutely destroying this guy. He can take with either piece and he's still like much better. He can even play e6. E6 is interesting actually. Yeah, I don't think e6 is.
You know what I like?
Yeah, I think e6 is actually fine in the position because e6, knight f6, takes f7, king takes, queen takes a4 is. That's perfectly fine.
Oh right, so. Man, I forgot he has queen a4, which Black's position is terrible.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, the stream quality is really poor because internet, AT&T, very poor service providers. Would give them 0-star if I could make an impact on other companies being able to provide near my area, but that's just too bad.
Can't you pay more money for like better internet or something?
I wish that was the case, but
they have that option, right? Like you pay an extra $10-$20 a month.
Yeah, but like even if we paid for better internet, the better internet that we get is still like pretty awful.
Yeah, but at least you wouldn't be like, oh, well, I could pay more,
I mean, yeah, we pay as much as possible for internet. But...
That's how I feel about turns. So, like, I have a lot of regrets if I'm like, well, I could have done this differently, like something that was in my control that really could have off the board. I mean,
Yeah. Alright, it might be getting a little better soon. Craig screwed up, for sure. H5 was way too
Did
premature.
he?
Now he gets to consolidate his king slide by playing G5, G4, and then attack on the C file, which is really, really, really bad for, or not like, okay. And if he takes, he gets the open file on G5. But I think that's something he had to do because otherwise, G5, H6, go to the C file and you just
Yeah, look.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's probably gonna lose. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. He missed his chances against Ostrovsky earlier.
Yeah, I think right now if Craig play, I mean if Jakek plays Rook G3, game's probably over. Because if he moves the king to out of the pin, then he just checks and then takes. Or actually, wait, no, the G file's really. He needs to stay in the G file, otherwise the pawn falls. So H6 is a good idea for him. Because King E2, then Rook G2. And you get, King E2, Rook G2, you get, wait, what the? Oh, I see, he's just stopping F4. I think King E2 is perfectly fine too, though. Because losing E2 is not a big deal when you, oh wait, no. I actually don't know. I think I understand a little bit what's happening. Jakek wants an extra tempo. He wants to play King C6 here. Because his idea is to take on A2 and then play Rook H2. Because Craig wants to play Rook G3, Rook G7. But if his king's on C6, Rook G3, Rook takes Rook H2, Rook G7, you lose H6 and your entire threat is gone. I guess pushing queenside pawns and creating a pass pawn is also an interesting way of winning, but...
To sum it up, black can make progress, white can't.
Yeah.
Sad day.
This is bad for Craig. Drave's game is so good.
And GM understands that situation.
Yeah, Drave's game is just like a matter of just cleaning it up. He's got a lot of ways of doing that. Like for starters, play Rook D7 makes the most sense out of like any move here. I would say Rook 8 to D7 makes more sense, and then playing after Rook E8, which is like his only chance of like having any counterplay. You want to play King G7, stopping more counterplay, and your plan is to play Rook D4 and attacks a bunch of things as well as like to run C4, Rook D3. So I mean, I think that position's pretty over for Drave.
My games all froze for some reason.
You probably idled, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and then it's not showing the... Let me try reloading or... Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna chat you really quickly just to stop myself from idling. Just because unfortunately, yeah, there's some things. I'm gonna chat somebody to stop myself from idling. Because that should work. Okay, this website is not working out for me. What the heck is going on? What? I don't want to challenge somebody. This is fun. I do not care about this.
My friends.
Keen Kira. Alright, I should be back soon. But this chess.com, man. There's some weird stuff going on. Alright, so back to the games. Malik's trying to go for counterplay. This counterplay doesn't work because he can just take on A5.
So last week they said we surfed, we rode the wave to victory. So what are we doing this time?
I don't know, riding Drave to victory? You don't need a pun for that.
I would say the waves didn't agree with the desert rats.
I have no idea. We got more water than them. Water's good. We win.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, did the game end?
Michael won. We're gonna look at that one soon because we completely ignored that. Because there's some exciting.
Excellent. Good job.
Match is over. 8.5, 4.5 right now. Now all we want to see is if we can double their score, which is getting. I have no idea. I don't like doing math. So. Ten and a half, 5.5, 11 to 5. I don't know. If you can get 2.5.
Wow, Michael won that game.
Yeah.
We thought he was worse. So the London.
And I think Drave's gonna.
Fell down.
Yeah, pretty.
Okay, Craig's game. Let's see.
I don't even know what's going on in Drave's game anymore. I don't even know if this is winning.
Craig's game?
No,
Drave's game.
It looks pretty winning.
I believe it's winning because
F5.
Rook G3 is forced, and then Rook D1 cuts that king off a lot.
And then F5.
And then F5 is just winning after that.
Yeah, that's how I was on the same page as you, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, Rook D1 just wins. So.
Craig's losing because
pretty handily.
Y'all can just take the pawn right now, so yeah.
I was talking about Drave's game. Drave's winning. Whoa! Oh, I guess this works too. Yeah, his technique leaves nothing to be desired.
Yeah.
Except for his technique by me.
Well, Craig's just playing for tricks. Yeah, Rook C1. You just play King B6. Oh god, my internet, isn't it? Oh, why does my internet forsake me in times of need? That's so unfortunate. Oh well. So, once we're back to it, Craig is just playing for tricks now. That's a nice trick, actually. He gets in Rook F6.
Unfortunately, Black has Rook G6.
That's true.
And you can resign.
That's true.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah.
Sad face.
And as we knew, Drave's winning. Funny thing. Is there some crazy stuff going on at your end, John?
What's that?
Is there some crazy stuff going on at your end?
Like what? Yeah, Drav won.
Yeah. Keaton's game.
And
Keaton's better for sure. Looks like he's about to win a pawn.
I don't know how that would make you lag.
No, it's not making me lag. No, I'm just saying there's like some weird noises going on your end.
Oh yeah. There's TV in the background.
I see. Yeah, that's fine. I think Keaton's about to win a pawn, which is good. So Keaton's just playing for kicks now. Craig's losing.
Just playing for the love of the game, and
unfortunately, this means we can't get twice their score.
He's up a pawn. He's up a bishop for a knight.
Because in order to get twice their score, we need to get 11 to 5, and we can't do that anymore. So, of course.
Oh, too bad. So sad. But congratulations to Alexei Dreyev on a perfect 4-0 sweep. Round of applause.
He just played extremely well. Like, he just comes in for us every single week. Wakes up 5 a.m. and rushes.
Also, Michael Brown, the best IM in the world, or one of the best. Nice score here. You got 2 wins and 2 draws. Very nice.
On that, John, are you a GM yet?
I need 44 points or something.
Oh, I see.
So, no.
GM elect.
But GM elect.
Exactly. So you're basically there.
It's coming.
Yeah. Maybe Craig can get some tricks going. Promote the E-pawn through like some kind of magic. I don't know.
4.
Yeah, but it just looks like there's no way. So
5. We're gonna end up +5. So out of 16, that's we're gonna get 10.5 to 5.5, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Michael's asking if we want him on the show.
Of course.
All right, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
Unfortunately, due to my internet, the show might not be so clear, and I might be dropping frames, that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah. So his contributions might not be heard just because this internet is just this bad. Seeing on this, I have no idea. This is totally, yeah, actually, no, just kidding. This is totally winning Regain. Just play King F3, yeah, King E4, promote the B pawn, and because there's so many weaknesses on the king side, there's nothing that Ostrovsky can do to stop it.
Alright, Michael says he'll be on in a minute. Oh, my Skype handle. It's not my call though, so I don't know if I can add people, can I?
For sure you can.
Alright, I don't really, I mean, maybe I should just give him yours because I don't really know.
Sure. Go for it.
What is it again?
I'll type
Flash Boy?
I'll type it to you.
You can just type it in the chat if you're on it. Flashboy2222.
Looks like Ostrovsky came up with a fortress here, which is wonky. But I do believe that is a fortress.
Fortress. Oh well, he won a pawn. Yeah, that's gonna be a draw.
Yeah.
I lost. I'm sad. All right. Well, it looks like it's gonna be 10 to 6 in the end.
Which, of course, like it's very strong for us. We were +4, and that we got 4 more wins than we got losses.
Whoa. No, Keaton's just winning. Okay, GG. That king kills everything.
What just happened?
Smash. And his rook
2 seconds and
pawn is the right call. 10.5, 6.5, 5.5. 10.5, 5.5.
Our team is really good.
Excellent. Our biggest win of the season so far.
Yeah, definitely.
I think.
And I think we added Michael to the call, so
Hello.
Michael, you played really well. You're a little quiet, but you got 2 draws.
Hi, Mike. How are you doing? Congratulations.
Just you and Driv alone would have almost carried us the match. I think Keaton also played really well.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm going to write the overall score in the chat. It was 10.5 to 5.5. So we almost doubled his score, half point off. It's fine. They had some strong games, but overall, our players performed better. And I mean, it was a really fun match. I really enjoyed playing this game, and better luck to them next time. Michael, you played really well. Do you want us to look at your last game because we thought you were worse for a little bit of it, and then out of the blue kind of won. So we weren't really paying attention to that. Huh, you want a piece.
Hello?
Alright, that's interesting. So we roughly stopped in Michael's game around here. Michael took because he wasn't intending on trading. Wait, this is actually getting weird. So the problem with taking on b6 here, I'd assume, is that, or let's just say, wait, that's good. Is this analysis?
Can anybody hear me?
Michael, if you're saying something, I can't really hear you right now. But what I assume the problem with the bishop b6 is right now is 97, and then rook gets in, and that's big problems for white. So Michael sees this, and god dang it, this is really annoying. So bishop d3, same thing. He kicks the rook and then tries to get his rook in the c file, which he does. Reza still trying to attack him, but you can't really attack him if you don't have the c file, so this doesn't really make very much sense. I guess he's trying to double up and play bishop b5. That's honestly just too optimistic. He's probably just gonna play rook c8, rook c7. This knight is getting really powerful. It's got a lot of nice squares like e4, f3 kind of stuff. He's also taking free pawns. Because right now it doesn't look like white has any way to make progress. Because all of black's like weak squares are defended.
Michael's voice is kind of low.
Yeah, I can't really hear Michael's voice either.
Can you increase his volume or something?
I can't specifically increase his volume, but I can increase the total volume, so yeah, I can only hear him.
Okay, that's
better.
Yeah, a little bit better now. Yeah,
I can hear you.
A little bit better.
Not great.
Huh.
I can see you. You're pretty cute.
Hey.
My
So
internet's not great right now.
how loud do I have to talk?
Huh? Oh, we're just gonna go over the last game. So what do you think? You wanna like talk us over this last game real quick? Right now I'm in the wrong mode, so that's kind of embarrassing.
Sure. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty well now.
yeah, we can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Just want to make sure.
Like we started off, we looked at your position last in like move, like roughly move like 35, and we thought you were a little bit worse, but it turns out you got the C file and you got a lot better. So, you want to talk us through your thoughts?
Yeah, I was surprised you took the with the C pawn. I thought that would give me some extra counterplay if I can keep him at bay. I thought after CD, I thought E takes D4 is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
I wasn't really sure what to do there. Maybe knight C6, but then bishop C7, bishop D6. I like what he did in the game. But after CD, this bishop C7 move, he played it way too fast. I think. I don't think he realized how powerful rook C8 is.
Mm-hmm.
On move 37.
Yeah.
I was really low on time. I'm not sure how I found all these moves, to be honest.
Yeah.
What would happen if he took your pawn on B6?
I would play knight D7 and then rook C2.
Oh, all right, yeah. That's very good.
Yeah, and then I used my F rook because then I'm attacking A3 right after I take B2. So
that makes sense.
I thought that would give me some good chances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. He played this bishop H5 check. He was trying to double up on the G file, but I just didn't see how it worked. After I played rook C8 on move 44, I thought I played rook C8, rook C7, rook E7, and he doesn't really have a way in, you know?
Yeah. All your squares are covered.
Yeah, and so I was able to do that just in time.
Yeah. Yeah, 21 seconds here.
And then I just... Yeah.
And then knight of 3 just...
Yeah, I saw...
game.
Yeah, E4 was just... He was going crazy. I think he wanted to really just surprise me. But I knew E4 just couldn't be good. I mean, it's not like he opens up anything too major. And after knight D2, it's just game over. So...
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So unfortunately,
yeah, it was an interesting game. I felt like I was just way under time pressure. That's just what he does, though. That's Puck leads it for you.
Just plays really quickly. Gets you on the other road.
And you did the opposite, where you and like perfectly the whole game. You took home the win.
Did I?
Yeah, so unfortunately...
I'll have to check the engine about that.
Yeah, the quality of the stream, I feel like, is going down a little bit just because, I don't know, internet stuff. So thanks everybody for watching. It was a really fun match. We won 10.5, 5.5, which is our biggest win so far. Michael Brown, who's on our broadcast right now, went 3-1, which is a great score. And we'd like to thank a couple people. We'd like to thank Herges Capital. I'll write their name, write their website, who are a tax-efficient and cost-efficient investing service. So if you ever want to invest your money, they're a very good place to do it. And we would also say that if you ever buy something from uscfsales.com, which I will put down below, if you write in the coupon name, the coupon Surfers, you get 15% off all of your purchases. So that's uscfsales.com, and the other one is hergescapital.com. So those are two great sources right there. And it also support the team, so we would really appreciate if you use one of those sources, and thank you for watching. So remember, on USCF Sales, code name, the coupon is Surfers, and you get 15% off.